Character shoes take on a different type of maintenance. Some of this feeds over from what we were talking about yesterday with our tap shoes. They will oftentimes need to be buffed. They also have different soles. With these, you can shoe scrub them. Sometimes you may find it easier to actually take like a box cutter and lightly etch into the bottom of the shoe like a hashtag fashion. Another trick is to take a spray bottle filled with water and just lightly spray the bottom, and that will give you extra traction so you aren't slipping and sliding. It gives you just a little extra grip. I've also known some dancers who have needed to put actual shoe traction applications on. Some of that does depend on if you're dancing outside or not. And that same thing could actually kind of be applied to your point shoes, where if you are dancing outside, you may sometimes have to rubberize them. So there are different things that you may have to do based on where you're dancing. You may be able to find some sets of shoe polish at your local dollar-esque type store, and you can find them in other areas that have shoes. They're pretty commonplace. You just need to know how to do it. So we're not going into the full details today of how to polish your shoes, but you'll find that there are different colors to choose from. You want to make sure that you find one that matches the shoe color that you are working on. So black for your black shoes, and there's different shades of browns. So if you're working with a tan shoe, you want to find something that is color appropriate. You also want to make sure that you're able to buff and polish appropriately as well, and make sure that you are able to clean everything up afterwards. Be forewarned, it does make a little bit of a mess if you are not careful. With your character shoes, you have a different type of attachment to keep it on your foot. Sometimes you need to add extra holes. You can do that by punching in an extra hole. I will oftentimes use a little tap set that I'm able to gently hammer in to punch the hole in. You want it nice and snug so that it can grab the clasp properly. If you need to tighten that, oftentimes that'll leave you with some excessive I've seen some shoes be rather excessive for what's left over. You may have to cut that off. You never want to have this hanging around the back end of your heel. And I've seen some shoes recently that have had that much extra, even if they haven't had to add extra holes. On my feet, I'm almost guaranteed to always have to add extra holes. There's very few pairs of shoes that I have not. If these shoes get dirty, the same thing kind of applies to what I said earlier. If you use just a little bit of dish soap and some water, you can usually take a lot of scuff marks off. Polishing should be reserved for when your shoes are, in the case of my tap shoes presently, I'm purposely using this as an example. If they get worn away like that, that is where buffing and polishing should come in, not for just a standard little scuff or two here or there. Most of those you can just clean off. I will see you tomorrow as we talk about our jazz shoes. I will see you then.